Happy Wellness Wednesday sa inyo.
Yes.
Ayan, inaabangan na ating mga kasambahay itong magiging topic sa atin, ang ating personal effectiveness coach and corporate communications guru na walang iba kundi si Ms. Sheila Viesca para pag-usapan yung role ng mga influencers nowadays. Ayan, Ma'am Sheila, good morning po.
Good morning, Ms. Sheila.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kuya. Happy Wellness Wednesday, everyone.
Happy Wellness
Ayan.
Wednesday po.
Napapanahon
Ganda ng topic natin, ha?
magiging itong topic natin today, kasi marami tayong nakikitang mga taong claim to be influencers, no? Especially now that nag-start na yung ating campaign period, na maraming mga personalidad ang iniimbitahan ng mga kanya-kanyang aspirant, mga candidates para mag-influence sa mga kababayan natin na silang iboto. But first and foremost, Ms. Sheila, what it takes to be an influencer po ba?
Mhm. Well, angel influencers are real-life people who have strong following, who have a broad reach. So, marami silang benefits sa society, but most especially sa mga brands and those who want to promote themselves online. Here's a timely topic kasi with over 3 billion users on social media, as of 2022, nag-transition na yung marketing. Hindi na siya traditional.
Hindi na mga artista, no? Mga model.
Access, online information. Yes. Oo. And of course, influencers influence kasi they are relevant to target niches. So meron silang mga particular market segments na kaya nilang i-reach, and that's what brands usually take advantage of.
Can you call yourself an influencer lang kapag marami kang followers? Paano naman for those na who can influence pero konti lang yung kanilang followers? Can you also call that an influencer, Ma'am Sheila?
Yeah, good point there, Rina. Kasi may mga personalities or individuals with so many followers, pero followers do not necessarily get influenced. Diba? Curious lang sila. You are an influencer if you are able to bring your followers into your story, buy whatever you're selling, whether it's a product, it's an idea, it's a personality. Kasi you expose them to what they consider to be cool. Yeah.
Yun pa
But there are
lang ibig
definitely,
sabihin ng influencer. Yes, go ahead po.
Oo. There are fraudulent influencers kasi meron mga imposters, meron din mga bumibili ng likes. So we have to be mindful in doing our research kung sino yung pakikinggan natin or susundin natin if that's one of our sources of information.
Ayun po. So ano nga po ang role ng influencer ngayon sa atin? May it be ngayon dahil campaign period and in all aspect of our lives po, Ms. Sheila.
Yeah. Well, since influencers expose us to diverse models of what it means to be relevant, syempre, they can sway us to make decisions based on what's out there. So marami tayong mga gustong alamin na people who are in the know, people who have strong following would be able to influence us on. Meron kagandahan dito, especially in bringing attention and awareness to important causes. That's why we get drawn to certain channels, to certain personalities online. Yung mga top online influencers, they're able to engage others because of some kind of social advocacy. So yun ang
May
yun ang
hatak.
kagandahan if we're following an expert in his particular field. So that's one element. Kailangan meron kang niche. Hindi kayong kalat. Hindi lahat hindi mo sinasakop ang lahat ng aspeto ng buhay ng tao. Dedicated ka sa isang topic or isang concept or isang paniniwala. And that's how you can sustain broaden your being an influencer.
Miss Sheila, curious lang sana ako.
It's also an avenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead po, go ahead.
I was just going to add that it's also an avenue for creative individuals to profit from their work.
Yes.
From thinkers.
Totoo yan.
To profit
Totoo.
from their work. Oo. Kasi bakit naman tayo sumusunod?
Totoo.
Not only because they're relevant, but also because they're substantial. We can relate to them, we look up to them. May mga sinasabi silang aligned with what we believe, principles that resonate with ours. Kaya, dun pumupunta yung tao. So, thinkers and
speaks to
creatives
us.
get to profit, yes, from their work and their ideas.
Good point. Miss Sheila, curious lang sana ako. Kaya po ba nag-boom in recent times yung hatak ng mga influencers is because nakaka-relate po ba ang taong bayan dito man sa atin sa Pilipinas o sa iba na parang they're just like us kumpara sa mga pangkaraniwan na yung mga kilalang tao na talaga. Kasi these people parang alam mo yun through online, through word of mouth, si ganyan, si ganon.
Ordinary, no?
Oo, parang naging ano din po ba yun? Parang naging isa rin po ba yun sa naging benefit nila, no? Parang kung bakit pumatok, umusbong yung mga influencers regardless whatever it is that they're speaking, kung ano man yung kanilang ina-advocate. Naging is that also a factor na parang masasabi ko na, oh, she's just like me.
Yes. And for sure, Kikay, if the personality is relatable, yung content niya nagiging non-intrusive eh. Kasi we welcome the idea or the person into our home. Mas consensual yung access point niya dun sa mga consumers. Kaya yung relevance or relatability, matinding bagay yan on being an influencer. And that's why we accept what they take. Kahit minsan, we don't even call their attention to what they're supposed to be accountable for. Kasi masyado tayong connected sa kanila, sa sinasabi nila. So wala tayong mga defenses. Whatever we hear, we welcome as a recommendation or advice from someone who cares for us, from someone who's like a family member almost.
Ayun. Miss Sheila, I like what you said earlier about connection, yung connectability. Dahil nowadays talaga, yung pinopoint out ni Kikay din kanina, na talagang mas, kumbaga mas, hindi naman
Mas
tinitingala,
organic,
but yung reference natin sa mga influencers nowadays, because of the connectability, we are able to reach out to them easily because of social media, and not just a connection, but also ngayon kasi yung pati yung pag-shape ng opinions natin nababago because of these influencers. Kaya nga nagkakaroon na yung normalized changing of opinions based on facts, because siguro to this influencer, nalaman mo na ito pala yung ginagawa ng, let's say, kandidato in a certain situation, So, sinasabi nila, normalized changing of opinion based on facts. So, because of the influencer na nakapag-inform sa'yo, nakapag-connect at nakapag-inform sa'yo. But nonetheless, ang nangyayari po ba, tama po ba yun na parang in the end, ang nangyayari, wala ka ng sariling opinion? Bumabase ka na lamang doon sa influencer, or mainam na gamitin mo lang siyang guide, in your personal preference, Miss Sheila?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about, Angel, the psychology of influence. Kaya bumibenta yung mga influencers online. The concept is that people can be influenced into doing things. So, pag gusto nila, yung naririnig nila, the first criterion of influence being likability. Gusto nila yung naririnig nila, gusto nila yung nakikita nila, then they open up to whatever influence is there. It's also consideration that for many people, it's hard to make decisions. So, of course, hindi naman natin sinasabi na pag nakinig ka sa influencer, tama yung decision mo. Most of the time, hindi nga eh.
No.
But one way to fast track the decision making is to listen to someone in the know or someone you look up to. Kaya malaki yung psychological aspect ng likability when it comes to the power of influencers on social media. Brands understand this, politicians understand this. That's why they invest on influencer marketing. Ang tawag din dito ngayon, by the way, is testimonial marketing. Kasi especially in the Philippines, hindi naman sinasabi kung bayad yung tao eh. Unlike in the US, you have to indicate that it's a paid advertisement. Pero sa Philippines, wala pa tayong policy or law na ganyan. So, mahirap i-determine kung sino talaga yung nagsasalita dahil nabayaran sila or nagsasalita dahil sa pinaniniwalaan nila.
Meron nga kaming na wait lang Rina, meron nga kaming nakausap before Miss Sheila eh. Iba yung political belief niya, pero binayaran siya ng malaki.
Nagbago siya.
Hindi siya nagbago, but kailangan niyang gawin because it's work. So sabi ko, ano na yung integridad mo dyan?
I was actually gonna ask about
Sabi niya, parang, syempre, para daw sa pamilya niya. Pero Dina, go ahead.
I was gonna ask about that then, Angel.
Okay.
Yung money versus dignity or integrity ng isang tao. Diba yung influencers should choose ba kung ano yung dapat na ipopromote nila? Kasi importante din yun eh. Parang iniisip mo, nababagay ba sa akin to na ipromote ko siya?
Align with my belief?
Mapaninindigan ko ba na ipopromote ko siya? Is it important for influencers to choose it? Kasi yun nga, nasabi ni Angel di ba, money is also a big factor para dito sa mga influencers na to. So how do you balance it off, Ma'am Sheila?
Yeah. Well, thank you for those insights, Rina and Angel. Kasi now the challenge is on the consumers. We have to really do our research and dig deeper. Tama yung sinabi mo. These are individuals. Minsan, individuals can make their decisions based on the financial aspect of the matter or based on principle. So when vetting an influencers, kung sino yung pakikinggan natin, tingnan natin kung ano yung mga previous dialogues niya, mga previous partnerships niya, may mga history ba ito ng carelessness. Ito yung mga red flags. An influencer who is genuine will usually endorse brands na pinaniniwalaan niya, na ginagamit niya. Pero unfortunately, we're dealing with individuals mostly. Kaya wala silang pananagutan sa isang kumpanya o wala silang nire-represent na corporate values or culture. Sila lang, sarili lang nila. And so we cannot also blame them for working for money, for doing for money, because the reality is this is a livelihood. Being an influencer is a livelihood.
Need to feed your family.
Bread and butter din, lalo na ngayon, di ba, na maraming nawala ng trabaho.
So dapat yung mga influencers, no, medyo kapani-paniwala din yung mga post nila. Kasi I know some, like if you notice, no, yung mga influencers, kunyari gusto mo ng isang whitening product, ang kukunin nila na influencer yung medyo maputi na. So parang hindi na kapani-paniwala yung mga ganon. But compared to those na meron silang before and after, yung talagang ganon na ordinary influencer.
May
na
actual
Oo, diba?
May pagbabago
parang importante
sa
yun,
kanila,
Ma'am Sheila,
Totoo yan.
Yeah.
Lalo na kapag tagyawat yung pinopromote nyo, di ba? Kapag may anti-acne mga chuchu.
Yeah. Siyempre, influencer marketing, ang ina-expect natin, ethics, di ba? That the corporation or the person hiring the influencer would have long-term vision. Pero that's the ideal situation. It's not usually the reality. Kaya what normally happens is influencers are employed or are paano ba to, ini-employ or partnered with because of their alignment with the brand. O yung characteristics nila, yung personalities nila. Like if the brand calls for someone who's fashionable, someone who's loud, and yun yung pupuntahan. At tama kayo, if it is about skincare, kailangan maganda yung skin. So, it's still advertising. It's still advertising at the end of the day. It's still part of marketing. Kaya, kailangan maalam din tayo. We have to review the content. Kasi syempre, what is going to be put out there, na-edit na-filter na for quality, for aesthetic value. Diba, meron ng mga slogan dyan na naipasok to work on our subconscious. Para yan ang bilhin natin, para yan ang paniwalaan natin, para yan ang iboto natin. Kaya we have to take a lot of things on social media, especially when it comes to the influencers we follow, with a grain of salt, by making our own decision at the end of the day. Nakakatulong yan, pero if we listen to any one channel exclusively, then that can be a dangerous direction.
Could be detrimental. Curious lang ako, Miss Sheila, no? Sana valid yung aking katanungan. Kasi lumaki ako na naririnig ko na masamang impluwensya yan, ganyan-ganyan, Kung may apply po ba natin ito sa ating, sa ating sitwasyon ngayon, hindi lang sa politika, pati na rin sa pagbibili mo ng mga produkto and yung mga beliefs, pag-shape ng iyong mga pinaniniwalaan, meron pa rin ba tayong masasabi sa mga influencers na good and bad influence? Meron bang ganon? Or does it or nasa tao na ba yun?
Yeah, that's definitely a valid question, Hikay. And in that respect, I would say neutral yan. Kasi right now, wala pang consensus kung ano talaga or sino talaga yung influencer. Apart from the fact na ito yung tao na maraming likes, maraming followers, maraming na-impluensyahan. Pero they become very popular and most followed because of different reasons. Because their target audience are entertained, are intrigued, are fascinated, or tend to see an ideal alternative reality na gusto nilang sundan. So kung ano man yung gandang na ibibigay ng isang influencer to their target audience may not be the same situation for another. For example, if to one group, nakakagaan sila ng loob, nakakatulong when it comes to knowing what you're going to wear, how you're going to look. To someone with low self-esteem, this particular influencer can be, can be bad news. Kasi lalong babagsak ang energy mo when you're not, when in the first place you don't feel good about yourself. Tapos na-expose ka sa ganito, wow, kaya pala nila yun.
Nahata ka pa.
There's an alternative universe. Oo, bakit sila ganun?
Oo. And in this world, Miss Sheila, na we have a lot of influencers. Actually, lahat gustong maging influencer din, dahil nakikita nila yung, livelihood, nabanggit nga ni Miss Sheila kanina. And of course, so the fame, sino ba naman ang minsan talagang nabubulag dyan. But siguro yung bad connotation lang nito, Miss Sheila, nakikita natin is, dahil nakikita ng mga tao, itong mga influencer na to, yung isang side lang of their story, of their lives. So, ang nangyayari, nagkakaroon na we are breeding a jealous generation or envious generation. Dahil gusto mo, yung influencer niyan, ang ganda ng balat. O yung influencer niyan, ang daming branded
parang
na gamit.
Comparison,
gusto mo lahat, meron ka rin.
So, bilang isang influencer, ano yung magiging role mo to these people to make sure na these are just the brands that I endorse, that I want you to, to test also or try it for yourself, and this is not my whole
For
life.
everyone. It's not for
this is not my whole life. Parang ganon, Miss Sheila.
Yeah. Well, Angel, magandang insight yan, no? It gives us clarity on the real role of influencers. Unfortunately, these truths will not be coming from them. Kailangan tayo yung maging maalam. May mga influencers na connectors. Sila yung nakakapag-connect by what they're saying. So, pumupunta tayo sa kanila for information. Pumupunta tayo sa kanila dahil may gusto tayong marinig. May mga influencers then who we can call mavens. Sila yung may mga insights about what is going to happen when it comes to trends, to fashion, yung mga social predictions, yes, and forecast. May mga charismatic persuaders din, salesmen. Sila yung madaling makahatak when there's something that needs
Totoo
to be
yan.
sold.
It's a gift actually. I think it's a gift.
Oo.
Diba? Kahit bareta
Wala ako
yun,
niyan.
diba?
Benta.
Oh, itong tatlong to, kinlassify ni Malcolm Gladwell dun sa kanyang book where he said, the success of any kind of social epidemic is heavily dependent on the involvement of people with particular and rare set of social gifts. So, may charisma
Outlier ba
itong mga
yan?
tao. to. Oo.
Mm.
May natural charm sila when it comes to
Whatever it is that they
pleasing
promote, ano?
others, telling ideas, connecting people. So, it's highly unlikely that they're going to tell us na hindi ito yung pinaniniwalaan ko, hindi ito talaga yung prinsipyo ko, trabaho lang. Except when they're in a setting like the United States, na kailangan talaga nilang sabihin that it's an advertisement.
Paid
Pero dito,
advertisement.
Oo. Friends
Yes.
of ganyan.
Paid advertisement. It's really up to the
Actually, Miss Sheila,
consumers.
meron ng konti sa
Figure
Instagram. Meron ng ano dun.
May
Meron ng
nakalagay
option.
na.
Parang
oo.
ano, no?
Oo.
Partnership.
Parang
Pag itatag mo yung
yes,
isang
yes.
Oo.
Pag may itatag
Parang may
ka,
magpiping dun sa system nila pag napansin nila na parang may brand na siguro within their
Paid
system.
partnership.
Oo,
ayun.
pwede mong sabihin siya. Pero yun pa lang. Pero like
Yeah,
what you've
okay,
said,
that's-
hindi naman
yeah,
siya as a whole.
That's
It's not a
definitely
general
a good direction
rule.
we're starting.
Gusto ko tong topic na to, ha? I love it. Very timely talaga. Miss Sheila,
Baka merong-
napakaganda. Oo,
Oo,
meron
baka
ka bang
merong Oh, go ahead,
parting
Kika.
words na parang
Yun.
if there's naku, English kasi, no, if there's something that you want na maiwan na mensahe para sa ating mga kababayan, in this day and age na talaga namang left and right, bombarded tayo ng mga influencers, what can you say to our fellow men,
Yun.
fellow
Take away
women?
message sa role
Well,
ng influencers.
Ladies, mag-Spider-Man muna tayo. With great power comes great
Comes great
responsibility.
responsibility.
Oo. So, when you're out
Totoo
there,
yan.
talagang maraming susunod sa'yo, maraming mambabash sa'yo, because that's the field that you choose to be in. So, as a social media influencer, kailangan handa ka sa mga ibabato sa'yo. And hopefully, you get to that point of clarity na you will endorse based on principle. Kasi mas magiging sustainable to as a career if you do something that's
Totoo
aligned with
yan.
your value
As
and your
persuasive.
vision for the future. Oo, hindi yung short term na ito kasi yung mas malaki bayad. So therefore, kahit hindi ko pinaniniwalaan, ito yung ini-endorse ko. Trabaho lang naman. It's not trabaho because it's a big chunk of your life that you're putting out there.
So true.
If you want to be a powerful or effective social media influencer, this is something that you have to do on a daily basis. It is a commitment. It will affect the
It's a
many other
brand.
areas of your life. Oo. So if in your work setting or online, na-compromise mo yung integrity mo, you cannot expect to be effective in many other areas of your life. Kasi integrity is about wholeness eh. Yun lang, it's always a challenge, no, to our character to do what is right. And what is right is not always easy. So, dun naman sa mga consumers, let's be mindful, let's do our research, let's make our own decision at the end of the day. Kasi maganda yung we are fed with information, but we also have to learn to filter kung saan nanggagaling yung mga information na tinatanggap natin. And yun, when you have to make your own decision, i-consider mo kung ano yung importante sa'yo, kung ano yung values mo, and what you represent as a human being.
I love it. Talagang na-influensyahan ako ni Miss Sheila doon sa kanyang mga sinabi, ha? On a different level, And with that, Miss Sheila, for topics like this, for discussions like this, para sa mga kasangbahay nating interesado na talaga namang gustong-gusto nilang makipag-usap sa mga ganito, and to, develop yung kanilang mga sarili, personality and everything, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, thank you, Kikay, Angel, and Rina. Always, it's a pleasure to be here with you on Wednesdays. And to get in touch with us, sa Talkshop, www.talkshop.ph. Check out the courses on personality development, leadership training, communication excellence, salesmanship, negotiation. They can also reach us at 0917-877-5588 or 0917-894-5588 for the schedule of classes, or to just ask more questions on the courses that we're offering on a regular basis for individuals and groups.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Very well said. Anong ganda ng ating topic, ha? Very enlightening yan. Ano? Thank you so much, Miss Sheila. Happy
Thank
Wellness
you po.
Thank you,
Happy
Miss
Wellness
Sheila.
Wednesday. Good morning, everyone.
Ingat
Happy
po.
Wellness Wednesday. I love
See you
it.
next